Hello and welcome to the Matthew Alton Art channel again. Well, it's been 2 weeks since I did a video and that video was a fruit still life of a single tangerine done in oil paints, and in that video I said that I was going to be focusing on fruit still lives throughout February, and I hope to create a series of works of about 6 of them by the end of the month. I haven't been doing the videos, but I have been painting, so this is the next video in that series. And this is the reference photo that I took of some Royal Gala apples, one sliced in half, as you can see. And this is the subject of the next of these still life series. I again attempted this using Daler-Rowney graduate oils, as I have been doing recently, and it's also on Arches wheel paper. And I also gessoed this paper. I don't need to with Arches wheel. It's actually treated so that it can take oil paints without gessoing it. But I found that on the first tangerine it didn't seem to be quite so absorbent when I gessoed it, so I stuck with that plan for this one. So this is the reference, as I said. Unfortunately, the video footage of this still life stopped after the block out stage, so we've only got the block out stage here, but that might be interesting for some of you to see how it starts. And of course also you will see the final result at the end of the video. Well, here you can see me drawing out the reference on the paper. You can see it's taped to a board. You can see also that there's lines underneath the lines that I'm actually drawing here. I started and made a mistake, drew the first apples too big. So it's important to get the drawing out correct. It doesn't have to be too detailed really, but it's important to get the right proportions of the subject right. I also, once I've drawn it out, erase it pretty much using a putty rubber so that the lines are just visible, because I use quite thin oil paint in places and I don't want the lines to show through the oil paint. Well, this is now the blocking out stage using the paint. You can see that I've got a slightly mauve background to the wall. That is quite a good colour because it goes nicely with the reds of the apples, and it also is much better than off-white, and it helps to build the shadows. There was daylight coming through the window, so it's sort of a bluey light anyway. So that's the background done. You can see I'm using sort of a mid-range size brush there, and I've washed that brush, and now I'm putting in the sort of mantelpiece, which is painted in sort of a dark grey, almost black really. And it's sort of a satin paint on it, so you'll see at the end when we see the finished result that it's sort of reflective but not very shiny. Again, washing the brush between. It'd be better if I had different brushes really, but you know, I'm doing this on the cheap, so using one brush and washing it between colours. The right hand side apple there is predominantly green. Now that's yellow, I know, but I add green later on. And the apple on the left from the original photograph that you saw at the beginning of the video is predominantly red. So it's just a base colour that I'm getting rid of the white paper, and then I will build up all the details on that after this blocking out. Of course, unfortunately, you're not going to see that on this video, but there are other videos coming where the full process is shown. So you can see I'm working from the broad brush strokes to the more detailed brush strokes, and I get smaller and smaller brush as I go as well. So I work from the largest brushes to the smallest brushes. Once the blocking in is done, you aren't left with the glare of the paper anymore, and you can start to see the colours and the tones better across the whole piece really. That's almost at the end of the bit that I've captured really. I'm just mixing some shadow colour off camera there, and they're purple shadows at the moment, but again they're toned down as the details arise in this painting. Well, this is the final painting. I'm really quite pleased with it overall. I think I've managed to capture the character of the Royal Gala apples quite well with their speckled skin. And I especially like the flesh inside the apple, of the cut apple on this as well. I think the light is really quite nice on it, and I think it's quite a successful overhaul. It was obviously a lot more complicated to do than the single tangerine that I did for the first of these February focused fruit still life videos, because there was 3 subjects in one, I suppose, in this painting. But I think overall it's really successfully captured the reference photo. It's quite a faithful representation of the photo, I think, really, and I'm quite pleased. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that much of the detail and how the detail was arrived at was missing for this video, but as I said, there are other videos coming that have got much more of the actual process captured in them. I've done a video of 2 tangerines, for instance, and that'll be the next video that I upload to YouTube, hopefully before the end of February, because I'm wanting to do 6 fruit still lives during February, and I've done 3 so far, and I'm running out of days in February, so hopefully I'll get to 6, but if I don't, then hopefully it will be 5. But I'm really pleased with the fact that I'm knuckling down and doing regular paintings, and it's going well. Well, stay tuned for the next one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Do subscribe if you're new here. I'd love some more subscribers to the channel. And I will see you on the next one for 2 tangerines. Bye.